In life, we often witness inequality in various forms. Undeserving individuals receive credit for work they did not do, while those who act with integrity struggle in poverty. Hard-working people are frequently exploited by the wealthy and powerful, and the weak are often bullied by those who are physically or socially advantaged. These injustices may make the world seem unfair, but divine providence ensures that everyone ultimately receives their due. Even when it feels like we lack what we rightfully deserve, God has His own way of providing what we need at the right time. When the moment of necessity arrives, we will find that we are equipped with exactly what is required. Let's take a look at what happened in the Bible during Exodus. The Israelites have just been rescued by God from the clutches of the evil Pharaoh. It has been 15 days after their apparent freedom. They have been wandering in this hell-like place for 2 weeks. Yet they have not arrived at their destination, the land flowing with honey and milk. Even though they have witnessed great miracles on their way, what lies ahead of them is just dry and harsh desert. Not only that, their provisions have also been used up. So, they start losing their confidence and then start complaining to their representative, Moses and Aaron, about their leadership, the Almighty God. They are even contemplating that the slavery in Egypt was better than freedom in the desert. So, God, once again out of His mercy for His struggling people, decides yet another miracle. A quail banquet at the middle of nowhere and a manna for food. The problem is you have to gather the manna yourself. But Bella is only a child. She has to gather manna for her disabled mother and 3 younger siblings. After her father's untimely demise, her mother too fell sick and could not help run the family. Ever since she had been doing all the household chores for one of the princesses back there in Egypt. But here she has to fight desperate and hungry men from her society. They were much bigger and faster. They will push her around before she could gather much. She begged and pleaded, so they will let her gather her rightful portion for her family. But these men will not listen. One man, her father's friend, the one who knew her since birth, scolded her or abused her for being a menace to him. He forcefully took some of the portions she had gathered and blackmailed her that he will only give it back if she does all his household chores. Bella was frightened and immediately agreed to all his demands. She toiled and hurried, completed all what he asked for. If she did not finish it soon, the manna will disappear. Once done, she hurried to this man and asserted him to give her portions. But by the time the arrogant man gave it back, most of the manna was already gone. She looked at the amount she had gathered, with tears flowing down her cheeks. She made up her mind to give it all to her sick mother, as she has to feed the young ones in the family. Now, the leaders had called all Israelites to check if anyone has gathered more than their share. Bella saw that some greedy men had gathered a lot of manna than it was told to them. They hid those away under their tents and took only what they are supposed to gather for checking. Bella even plotted to steal that manna they have hid. After all, it is supposed to be her family portion. "Forward," shouted one of the leader, and Bella went ahead and placed the manna in the weighing machine. For her total surprise, it showed the 4 omers worth of manna. She couldn't believe her eyes. She was overjoyed and wept happy tears. She can finally have proper meals with her family. But how is this possible? She wondered. She looked up at Moses, who smiled at her and said, "Jehovah Jireh." She understood and began to trust the Almighty God, who is her provider.
The Israelites did as they were told. Some gathered much, some little. And when they measured it by the omer, the one who gathered much did not have too much, and the one who gathered little did not have too little. Everyone had gathered just as much as they needed. Exodus 16 verses 17 to 18.
May God bless us all.